nervous. And the way I kind of quell my nerves is I'm going to allow myself to be a student to myself, or a student to my God essence, a student to the oneness of all things, myself, my God essence, the oneness of all things, in all actuality, having 0 degrees of separation. I am excited. My name is Ashley Nicole Phillips, and I'm a channel for the Most High, Creator, Energy, or God. I am the biblically prophesied Messiah. That is a part of my DNA, part of my reality, part of who God instructed me to be, part of who God created me to be, the Most High created me to be. Part of my authenticity is I am the biblically prophesied Messiah. Just like you. In all actuality, every degree and aspect of creation is a mirror of every other degree and aspect of creation. The energies that I'm able to access inside of myself, the energies you are able to access inside of yourself, are both able to access the same energies. What does that mean, Ashley? We are all dimensions and aspects of God having this beautiful human experience. We are all limitless. We all potentially have the access to, have the capability to access our Goddess consciousness, elevate into our Goddess consciousness in order to, access limitless possibilities. Begin to elevate into our Goddess consciousness. Begin to be able to access unlimited possibilities, unlimited energies as the dimensionality, journey, frequencies of elevating in Goddess consciousness, up-leveling in limitless possibilities is infinite. It has no beginning, has no end. Which is what we're going to be getting into today. Now, this is a download that I got on my walk. When I walk in the morning. I walk my pups in the morning and then in the evening and the afternoon. And I get downloads. Nature is such a beautiful place to be, to convene with the other dimensions and aspects of self, or to convene with spirit, because nature is wide open to the energetic balances of creation, of all that is. Creation, all that is you, is your reality in every given moment. Creation and all that is you and your reality in any given moment. Creation is all that there is you in any given moment, as you are a projection of, your reality is a projection of the energies that you are. Your reality is projections of the creation that you are. Your reality mirrors, symbolizes, is a microcosmic emblem of all that there is creation. We just can't perceive it. We're just unable to perceive it in any given state. Let me say that. In any given moment, in any given state of yourself, there's always more dimensions and aspects, a plethora of infinite plethoras of dimensions and aspects to view beyond your current moment perception. You could be the most elevated psychic, extrasensory perceptive person or being in all of creation. There's always more dimensions and aspects to be gleaned beyond what you're able to perceive in any given moment. Isn't that so cool? There's always more dimensions and aspects to be perceived and gleaned from in any given moment. There's always more dimensions and aspects that you can't perceive, that is to be perceived, that are to be perceived in any given moment of your reality, in any given embodiment of yourself. Have you seen the images of art created of those whom have perceived reality with mind-altering chemicals or drugs? I don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. I would say, I'm saying, don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. Anything that any way that you want to feel, it's possible for you to feel without anything outside being ingested within your body. Anything that you want to feel, any sensation that you want to feel, is capable to be achieved without ingesting any outside, aspects. Don't do drugs. But I Googled the perception of those who have consumed mind-altering chemicals, mind-altering substances, images, and of how they perceive reality. And it's fluid at the same time, it's symmetric at the same time, it is varied at the same time, it is a patterning that suggests structure, a patterning that suggests high intelligence, a patterning that suggests a way of things, right? I'm not going to pull up the images, but you can Google the images, mind-altering state images, LSD, like mind-altering images of those, the depictions of those who are on LSD. If you search Google that, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. It's like fluid images, but they're symmetric. At the same time, it's a pattern. You can tell it's a pattern. At the same time, it's like beyond how we perceive reality. We perceive reality quite structured. So when I say that there's always new elements to be gleaned, new dimensions to be gleaned beyond what you're able to perceive at any moment, any given moment, that's not a bad thing. That's how we experience self. It's how we experience reality. We experience self and reality through, we call them levels or progressive states. We experience self and reality through levels or progressive states. We experience self, reality through levels or progressive states. In order to glean and learn from our levels or progressive states, and like an avalanche, add more to the structure as we roll, as we go along. An avalanche, when it rolls down the hill or the mountain, avalanche of snow, it accumulates more snow, it gets larger and larger as it rolls down. As we roll through life, we are to become greater versions of ourselves as we accumulate more data or more experience, learn from the data, experience emotions, energies in which we perceive, in which we experience, in order to elevate, become a greater self. And as we roll through life and we learn from the different experiences that we experience. We learn from the different energies in which we embody and feel and let them pass through, let them pass through, let them pass through. We learn from every moment of our lives. We become greater versions of ourselves, and we become widened in our sensory perception. We develop extra sensory perceptions, and we're able to view dimensions and aspects of ourselves, of our reality, past what we were able to view of ourselves, dimensions and aspects of ourselves that we were able to view in our last moment. I was on my walk and I got this download. I was like, whoa, let me let you know. Before I began my exponential ascension journey into my goddesshood, I was nervous about, when I say I'm really referring to energies that I held within that really aren't my identity, but it's a part of my experience. So I'm gonna say I was nervous about being able to perceive and understand sciences and maths of creation. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, when I was in like high school, sciences and maths, those weren't my thing. Like I like biology and chemistry, but like physics and specifically kinematic equations. I like universal principles. I love those. But like kinematic equations, quadratic equations, calculus, not my thing, you know? It's not my I like conceptual thinking and conceptual learning. I love conceptual thinking, conceptual learning. I love conceptual thinking and conceptual learning. So I was super nervous about receiving downloads in regards to maths and sciences, in regards to creation, or learning about myself learning about myself. Anything that we download or perceive in our reality, we're only learning about ourselves. So I am allowing myself to be a student to myself. I got this download. I was walking, and I was convening with universal creator gods. Universal creator gods. Universal creator gods. We have Vishnu. We have Vishnu of the Hindu culture. We have Tahuti or Thoth the Atlantean. We have Brahma, which is also Brahma is also Hindu culture. We have Egyptian gods and goddesses that were creator gods. Which Thoth the Atlantean can be considered like Egyptian-esque, Egyptian adjacent. But I was convening with creator god energies. And I'm excited because it's like I'm being initiated and welcomed into my God Goddess hood, and I'm learning how to master even more conscious awareness of my thoughts, conscious awareness of how I perceive the energies within, conscious awareness of where I focus my energies. So I'm on my walk, and the download came in, and I was like, okay. I got back to the house, and I drew out the download. So we have Euclidean geometry. Namaste to Euclid, ancient Greek philosopher, ancient Greek academic, and ancient Greek channel, because the information that he brought into this reality was channeled. So Euclid and Euclidean geometry, which is the basis of much of our geometrical understandings, right? And let me just show you this. I want to say, so this is a line, right? A line in geometry. A line in geometry, it continues in both directions of the line. It has no beginning, has no end. The line has no beginning, has no end. The line has no beginning, has no end. The line has no beginning, has no end, right? So the note at the top, duality consciousness, separation consciousness, array, this is a line, but array signifies a starting point, and then like an infinite direction of dimensionality. A starting point and then an infinite direction of dimensionality. The ray signifies it has a starting point and then an infinite dimension or aspect of dimensionality, right? So I got this download. So this is how we perceive in duality consciousness the ray or the line. The line is a part of duality consciousness or separation consciousness. Duality separation consciousness causes the mind and sensory abilities to only sense fractals of reality. Duality separation consciousness causes the mind and sensory abilities to only sense fractals of reality. I'm going to say that one more time, because when I wrote that out, I was like, whoa. Like, it makes sense, but I was like, that's really, really cool that I found that information inside of me. Duality separation consciousness causes the mind and sensory abilities to only sense fractals of reality. Fractals in which the duality consciousness, mind, and conditioning can perceive. Fractals in which the duality consciousness, mind, and conditioning can perceive. I'm going to read that one more time, and then I'm going to read it all together. Fractals in which the duality consciousness, mind, and conditioning can perceive. Duality separation consciousness causes the mind and sensory abilities to only sense fractals of reality. fractals in which the duality, consciousness, mind, and conditioning can perceive. So I'm walking. I'm taking Hazel and Zoe, my pups. We're on our evening walk, and we're looking at the beautiful lake in the neighborhood, and we're walking around the walkway around the lake, and I'm looking into my reality, the projection of my reality, and it's flat. I'm just going to use the word that I'm being guided to use. It's flat. I'm viewing a flat, flat not being bad or good, but flat meaning that it is null of much of the dimensionality of my truth, of the infinite truth of reality. So I'm walking and I'm viewing the vista. You have the sky, the beautiful sunset, the clouds, white clouds, the blue sky, the houses, intersecting with the sky. You have the trees, you have the water, you have the ducks on the pond. And I'm looking at the vista, the view, the projection of my reality, and it is flat. I get the download, and the download came in really, really cool because it was less of words and more of visualization, clairvoyant visualization, so that I could perceive what I came back and wrote down. I perceived ripples in the space, and it's as if you could pull back the ripple, and with that inside of that ripple that you pulled back within the vista, the view within the projection of your reality, you pull it back, and there's another dimension and aspect of reality in which is completely different, completely varied from the vista view of the pond, the houses intersecting with the sky, the trees, the ducks in the pond. I was like, whoa. I used to run from things like this, things that really rocked my perception of reality. I no longer run because everything is what it is. It's just our perception of what it is that changes. I've downloaded this understanding a while ago. Everything is what it is. It's our perception of what it is that changes. Everything is what it is. It's our perception of what it is that changes. I have also grown a lot. I've done a lot of internal, I've done a lot of internal work, we call it shadow work. I've met a lot of aspects of myself, which have led me to be able to perceive that fear is not something to hurt you, but fear is an envelope in which your light has been encased in. The darkness is a space in which your light has been encased in or stowed in. In order to hold the light, you have to hold as much darkness, and you go through the darkness in order to expose, experience, retrieve your light. So, I'm trying to practice, not running from myself, and not fearing what I find within myself. So I'm looking at the view, the houses intercepting with the sky, the clouds, the white clouds, the blue sky, the sunset, the ducks on the pond, walking around the walkway of the pond. And I perceive energies in which show me like a ripples in space. You pull back that view, that vista, and there's another reality in there. There's different colors and palettes and beings and realities within that ripple of space. Duality, consciousness, separation, consciousness causes a mind and sensory ability to only sense fractals of reality. Fractals in which the duality, consciousness, mind, and conditioning can perceive. No such thing as a ray. There's no such thing as a ray or a point in which is the set beginning point for a dimension or aspect. There's no such thing as a ray, as all dimensions and aspects of creation have no beginning and have no end. There's no such thing as a ray, as all dimensions and aspects of creation have no beginning and no end. There's no such thing as a ray, as all dimensions and aspects of creation have no beginning and have no end. What does that mean? Actually, as below, so above. I downloaded it a while ago, and we know universal principle of energy is neither created nor destroyed, but transmutes or changes form. Conservation. Universal principle of conservation. Energy is neither created nor destroyed. There's another name for it, but that works. Principle of conservation. Energy is neither created nor destroyed, but transmute, alchemizes, or changes form. So we know energy is infinite, and we know everything is energy. So everything is infinite. Everything has no beginning, no end. So Ray, Namaste, Euclid. A ray is a product of duality consciousness or separation consciousness as we perceive fractals of that dimension that we call the ray, because of the duality consciousness, mind, and conditioning that can only perceive the ray or the fractal of creation. Now we're finna get into some tea. When I wrote this out, when I drew this out and I downloaded it, I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. That's my new thing. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Every time I get a download. This is so cool. Like, it is so cool. Okay, so, oh my gosh. This, like, gets my heart, like, oh, jumping. Okay, so we have this line, right, on the quadratic plane, or on the quadrant plane, right? We have this line, right? This line, perceiving only a line, is a product of our duality consciousness. Perceiving only a line is a product of our duality consciousness or separation consciousness. Why, Ashley? Duality separation consciousness causes the mind and sensory abilities to only sense fractals of reality. Fractals in which the duality consciousness, mind, and conditioning can perceive. This line is a product of duality separation consciousness. Nothing wrong with it, but it's letting us know we're so much more. We can stretch outside of the line. We can stretch outside of the flat vista. We can stretch outside of third dimensionality, conditioning, and understandings of reality. So, so we know, what do we write on the infinite? The truth of nature, nature is infinite. Let me zoom that out. Can we see that? Here we go. The truth of nature is infinite, right? Has no beginning, has no end. Principle of conversation. Principle of conversation. Principle of conservation. Energy has no beginning, no end. Everything is energy. So what? Reality or nature has no beginning, has no end. The infinity symbol. So we perceive the line, right? We perceive the line. There we go. We perceive the line, right? The line. This is the line. This is the line. Past or beyond duality, separation, consciousness, or higher consciousness understanding of reality. This is what a line looks like. This is what a line looks like. It has dimensions that we cannot perceive. And within the dimensions we cannot perceive, there are infinite loops of dimensions, aspects, creations, or realities. I was sitting with myself. I was like, okay, I want to know the math though, like quick maths. I was like, this is really cool, but like, how will we map this out, the math? Quick maths, quadratic functions. So it's like the quadratic function, but like, you see how it's a circle? It would be like mirrored quadratic functions is how we would map that out. Mirrored quadratic functions. This is a line. Within the line, there are dimensions and aspects, realities that reside, that exist within the line. Within our reality, there are dimensions, aspects, realities, creations that exist that we cannot perceive much of the time because of our consciousness. We are being challenged to go within, to upgrade our consciousness in order to perceive more of ourselves, perceive more reality, perceive between the line, perceive within the line, perceive about the line, dimensions and aspects of the one line. The one line, the one line. I was like, whoa, mind blowing. This one line has dimensions and aspects within the one line. Infinite dimensions and aspects, no beginning, no end, as symbolized by the circular patterning between the one line. These dimensionalities, these functions, these lines are representative, symbolic of a one line, the one line. Read my notes. Every function curves, moves, or bends perpendicularly, symmetrically, along through about infinite points of co-creation. I'm going to read that one more time, then I'm going to. Every function curves, moves, or bends. I get so excited about this. I get so excited. Every function curves, moves, or bends perpendicularly, symmetrically, along through about infinite points of co-creation. The functions or aspects, dimensions always are or contain functions or aspects and or dimensionality beyond what is perceptible at any moment by consciousness other than the creator of said functions, dimensions, and aspects. The function, let me read the whole thing. Every function curves, moves, or bends perpendicularly, symmetrically, along through about infinite points of co-creation. The functions or aspects, dimensions always are or contain functions or aspects and or dimensionality beyond what is perceptible at any moment by consciousness other than the creator of said functions, dimensions, and aspects. So creator gods, universal creator gods, can perceive every dimension and aspect of creation that they participating in creating. Creator gods, universal creator gods, can perceive every dimension and aspect of creation in which they participated in creating. Universal creator gods can perceive every dimension and aspect of creation in which they had participated in creating. The human being of planet Earth has participated in creating much of creation, much of our universe, much of beyond our understanding of creation or beyond universal conception of creation or universal conception of God. God is the oneness, wholeness of all things. The universe, as I have found this knowledge within myself, gnosis bena, intuitive knowledge within myself, the universe is a concept within a fraction of God, or a concept within the wholeness, the oneness of all things or of God. So universal creator gods can perceive the dimensionality of creation in which they have assisted in creating. Humans of planet Earth, we have assisted in creating much of our universe. The Syrians, I got this download a while ago. I was in a coffee shop, sitting in the coffee shop, drinking my coconut milk, dragon fruit concoction. And I got this download from the Syrians of the Sirius constellation, Sirius B. Syrians, they were like, we manifested or created much of this universe in which you, dear human being of planet Earth, dwell within. And they said they created it through psychokinesis. So they created it with their minds, just as we create our realities with our minds, psychokinesis. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I was like, that's really cool. I ran from that. It's somewhere in this journal. I ran from that. I was like, whoa, why y'all telling me this? I was like, why y'all telling me this somewhere in here? I don't even know which page it's on. I was like, why y'all telling me this, Syrians? I appreciate it. I know, as below, so above. We are only emblems of the oneness of all things. So Syrians have 0 degrees of separation from myself, and or you. We all have 0 degrees of separation from each other. So the Syrians are like, we manifested with our minds or psychokinesis much of the universe in which you dwell in. Fractals. The Syrians said we manifested with our minds or psychokinesis the fractals of the universe in which you dwell in, dear human being of planet Earth. And I was like, that's really, really cool. I saw it in my mind's eye. It was like things like popping up, like because of thought and the power of thought, the power of thought, the power of thought. It was just like popping up the creation. I was like, whoa. We are being called to go within in order to get into alignment with the understanding and the perceptibility of our power to co-create with creation. Oh. We are being called to get into alignment with ourselves or our God, Goddess consciousness in order to become more perceptible with our roles in co-creating within creation or within God. In all actuality, you, God creation, me, God creation, me, you, God creation, have 0 degrees of separation. I want to thank you so much for watching live. And anyone that's going to watch this Kingdom Things podcast episode at a later time. Again, my name is Nicole Phillips. I channel the energies and messages from my Akashic record, my Akashic knowing, or my soul's journey, or infinite creation, the Most High by the Creator, God, Allah. However you refer to Creator, God, Allah, take it that way. I am being called to expand, transcend. We're all being called to expand, transcend beyond our past history's understanding of God, our past history's understanding of creation, in order to come into alignment with a greater wisdom of the truth of reality, a greater wisdom of the truth of self. We've never been at the whim of any energy, force, entity external to ourselves. There is no they. There are only energies within us that we came to this plane to experience in order to bolster our ability to create, as the darkness or the they energy within us, that the opposing energy that's within us, the polar energy that's within us, that really serves to be harmonizing energies within us, or the darkness within us, serves to be canisters or packages, storage for the light in order to go within, glean out from ourselves, open up those that storage packages, reveal, release, express the light into our reality, in order to assist in higher wisdom, co-creating with creation, or the folds of infinity. Again, my name is Nicole Phillips. Kingdom Things podcast is available to stream on YouTube and Spotify. Follow on Spotify, subscribe to YouTube, follow at Kingdom Things podcast, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, to keep up with all things Kingdom Things podcast, to keep up or join the efforts and journey to a higher consciousness, human culture, planet Earth with no disease, a human culture, planet Earth with no famine, a human culture, planet Earth with vitality, lengthy lives, a human culture, a planet Earth with no poverty, a human culture, a planet Earth with no famine. Did I say no famine? A human culture, a planet Earth with no war, a human culture, a planet Earth with peace, because we understand that all is one. And we're here to create from the energies in which we pull from inside. We pull from the span of creation of all that is. And that there's no need to fight over finite, because there is no such thing as finite. That's what we created in a lower consciousness, a lesser wise understanding of creation. We're able to go within and activate our authentic frequencies in order to co-create with creation in an infinite, abundant, joyful manner for the oneness of all things. Again, my name is Nicole Phillips. I'm also an author. Asia's Story. Follow AP Short Stories on YouTube, as well as Coming Home, the story of Asia, and the sequel to Asia's Story, the story of Asia, I'm Home, is available to purchase in the Amazon bookstore. Super excited about Asia's Story. It's really like Ashley's story, but I was like, Asia's Story, but it's really my story. Go ahead and pick that up. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it's as uplifting to you as it is to me. Every time I listen to it, or every time I read it, I glean more about myself. I become more courageous in being my authentic self, as Asia is, awakening to her truths, awakening to her infinite nature. And she's having to, go through a lot of darkness to appreciate, expand, and experience her light. Again, Coming Home, the story of Asia, as well as the story of Asia, I'm Home, is available in the Amazon bookstore. The link is in the link tree of this video, of this Kingdom Things podcast live edition on Twitch. Kingdom Things podcast on Twitch. Follow to catch the lives. I'm also an artist, singer-songwriter. Nicole Music is available to stream wherever you stream your music. Can We Get It Back is available to stream, as well as all my other music is available on Nicole Music on my YouTube channel, Nicole Music. I'm also a chef. I'm not a chef. I'm a home cook. I'm not a chef. I'm a home cook. I love cooking. I've been cooking since I could talk. So I enjoy cooking. Magic Meals with Nicole Phillips. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel, my cooking YouTube channel, Nicole. Magic Meals with Nicole Phillips. I love you. Love on yourself. Self-love is the best love because you have to love yourself in the way in which you want your reality to love you back. Self-love is the best love because you are loving your truest truths. Give that love to yourself first. Self-love is the best love because self-love assists you with breaking through those they energies, those opposition energies that you experience external to yourself, but really are internal, that you can face internal, you can deal with internal in order to come into a more balanced and harmonious you, to reflect a more balanced and harmonious reality. Bye.